Something we hear quite often in the country is that there are thieves, ranging from politicians, kidnappers, ritualists, armed robbers, and even the petty thieves that we know about. But what we don't hear as often or as common as those are the thought process of these people. Like, what exactly goes on in their head when they know that this thing they are doing is wrong? The Maranatha side of the internet. As always, remember to subscribe, like, and comment. If you haven't been doing that, I don't know what it is that you want. You want me to start sharing money for you people? I don't have money. Money that I don't have, where am I going to get it from? So this is why we are here. Support me by subscribing, share the content if you like it. Also like, and then comment. If you haven't been doing that, please start doing that. I don't know how else you guys want me to beg you. Yeah. So that's by the way. Over the weekend, I had a couple of places to be at. I had a book event, and I wanted to get my nails cleaned, and so I went into the market area to see my nails lady, and there were a couple of customers there, and one of her friends came and said, "Oh, did you guys hear that they shot a thief yesterday?" And I live in an estate. I don't hear most of these things. I live a bit far from the market area, so I don't hear, these kind of things. I barely, to be honest, I barely hear any kind of rumor. I barely hear anything. Even when like the most common or popular things happen, one of my friends come here and then they just spill the tea. But me, I barely hear anything. Maybe because I am always in the house. Not even maybe. I'm always in the house, so I don't hear anything. But yeah, she goes on to tell us the story of these young guys within the age of 19, 20, 21. They went to Jahi. I live in Katankwe too. Now, the market that I frequent is in Gishiri, like inside Gishiri. Now, behind us, you would know that there is Jahi. And they said that these guys, this group of guys, went to Jahi to go and steal. What did they steal? They went to steal laptops, phones, gadgets, basically. And on their way back, they said, I think one of the policemen or the vigilante, I don't know, that part of the story is unclear. Now shot at one of them. So he was shouting at them to stop because they were running and they refused to stop. So he shot one of them on the leg. Out of the three of them, one ran away. The other, got the injury, so he couldn't run as far. And then one was shot and the person died instantly. Now, here is the irony of the thing. I never understand why people think it is okay to do bad things. Now, I have met people who I didn't think could be arm robbers. I've met people who I didn't think could ever steal or take something that wasn't theirs. I've almost had a relationship with somebody who I am now hearing or finding out that, he's stolen large sum of money. So there are all these couple of people that I didn't think they could do anything fraudulent who are now like Yahoo guys, And the thought process, what comes to mind most times is, what are they thinking? Like, what causes that kind of change? And then I met my dreads guy as well, who was also telling me that one of his neighbors back then, he said he used to be a Danfo driver way back, and he used to go interstate, and he had this neighbor, the boy is the other, and then he has two sisters, younger siblings, and now he's hearing that the guy went to Malaysia to do something, and he's back, and he has like a lot of money. My brother would say bastard money, yeah. So he has like bastard money, but his sister was sick. He couldn't like afford to give her money. And this is somebody who they said he went to build house in his father's village. He wanted to build a 3-story. The location where they started building, he came and he said he didn't like the location anymore. And he told them to tear it down. And he went to another place and started building. So yes, he has bastard money. But now the sister was ill. He couldn't give her money. Now this one had to call, the babe had to call my dreads guy and She's like, I'm really sick. What? Can you help me with some money? Which is weird. Like, so all of these people that do all of these things, what exactly goes on in their head? Now, you have died. They've shot you because you went to go and steal. You went to people's houses to go and steal things. You've died. I don't want to bring God into it and say, what will you tell God? Because apparently none of us are saints. We all sin one way or another. No sin is bigger than the other. But you defraud people. You know that you are defrauding people. Is it that they think, let me enjoy life now with this thing that I can get? Or like I don't honestly, I don't understand this. I know we used to say, we are fond of saying this thing that women are the enablers of fraudulent things. Most people want to get money or enrich themselves because women always want money or want material things. But the truth of the matter is, a terrible person is a terrible person. Look at this other friend I was telling you about, who, like, if you see this person, you have potential, you have everything it takes to make it in life. So why do you think that the best thing for you to do is to go and steal somebody's hard-earned money, and you think that it is okay because you're going to get scot-free? It's bizarre. The other day we were working on the streets, and these younger boys were saying, that them they will do, that regardless of what they are saying, that hush puppy that they arrested, is he not the same hush puppy that is now working for the US government? My God. Honestly, I've thought about it. I've tried to think left, right, center. What exactly goes on in their head when you decide to steal? Is it that you don't think there is any way in the world you're going to make money? Or you're just greedy to the point where you feel like the amount of money you're making from your day-to-day job is not enough to get by? So in essence, you have to like steal, you can only steal that much amount, or you think you're dumb, like you're stupid, you can't do anything else other than defrauding people or stealing people's monies. Or like the other guy going into ritual that you're doing for the sake of helping your family, because according to my advice guy, he said that it's the family that pushed him into it, that is the parents. Okay, now these parents that pushed you to go and do ritual because they're always telling you, are you not a man, get money, blah blah blah, take care of your family and all that. Now you've gotten the money, you can't use it to take care of anybody. What is the end goal? Or is it just for the hype? Like, okay, now I have money, I can go to the club, I can spend as much money that I want. Is that it? Because now the other guy has been arrested, the other one died, this one has money he cannot give family and friends. If you go and visit him, it's only to say, sit down, let me buy this for you, let me buy drink for you, let me buy smoke for you. Now, what is now the point? What is the essence of all this wealth you are amassing if you can't use it for your people around you, like loved ones? What is the point? So you guys, please, if you know anybody that is into fraud, that is stealing, please help me and ask them what their thought process is. Like, is it like the young guys we met on the streets that were saying, regardless of what come, if I steal as much money, I'll become known, I'll become famous? Or if I get caught, my intelligence will be able to help the US government. Is that it? Like, what is people's motivation? Now, something else I want to talk about was, I know my friend Dami had mentioned this thing maybe 2 years back, where post like random things, and content creators now say all sorts of things from a place of sarcasm. Now, those of us who know what it is, we've grown enough to understand that, okay, no, this person is just being sarcastic. We understand that this thing is not who this person is or what this person is about. But a lot of people don't know that. Now, there have been stories about, I read a story yesterday, and I also saw one on Ife's timeline on Instagram, I think a couple of weeks ago or last week. I can't remember for the life of me. Now, you know when somebody is being sarcastic, you say a certain thing like, be all about the money, it's all about the money, or I want to start following sugar daddy now, or I want to be using what I have to get what I want. All those kind of things. Like when some people say it, I feel like we can tell that this person is being sarcastic because this is not who they are about. But other times, there's also been this controversy as to people who pretend, and then at the end of the day, this thing just it jumps out of them, and you're like, oh, so this is what this person has been about. Example, like Twitter people, these people are very common on Twitter. You follow them because you start seeing some content that you think makes sense, and then along the line, you now realize, nah, this person is a dumbass. And this post that made you follow them, they were only pretending. Or this is not like who they are or what they are about. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But somebody had made a post yesterday where she was talking about my money is my money and my man's money is our money. And a lot of women came on that post and they were clamoring. Now, what was the problem? The problem was that they were saying a lot of people look up to you. Is this the kind of content you should be creating? Now, when I had to go back again to watch it, and I'm like, obviously, this thing is banter. Like, this person is being sarcastic. And there were a lot of comments underneath where people were saying, young girls look up to you, young people look up to you. Why do you put this kind of content out there? And I remember my friend saying the same thing 2 years ago. She had made a post about a cross-dresser. And people were saying under her post that why would you post this kind of thing? As a CEO, people are looking up to you and all that. And then under comments yesterday, somebody said the exact same thing. And somebody else had said, it is not her duty to teach young girls. It is the duty of their parents to train them from their homes. So woe to anybody who cannot understand that this is sarcasm and they are coming under their posts as to form your role model. And it was funny to me because I could understand why they were angry at the person who made that comment to say this thing is not being sarcastic, you're just a terrible person, this is all you are. But at the same time, I'm like, in a way, the post is the thing that other person said is right. It is not society's duty to teach you. At the same time, everything we are as human beings, we learn from society. But if you train your children from your houses or from your homes perfectly, the normal way you're supposed to train them, then if they come out and see something that is sarcasm, they will know that this person is being sarcastic. So, but I just feel that, I don't know whether we like it or not, as human beings, you may not be like a public figure or whatnot. People are always looking at you. I'm not saying do what you're not, because I know people have come at me to say some things like, oh, why do you have a lot of piercings? As a Christian, do you think that? And I'm like, no. So if you tell me that people are looking up to me and they think that I'm a prostitute because I have piercings, then that's not on me. That's on you for being a terrible judge of character. Do you get what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like people watch what we do, so it is almost wrong to say that don't look at me or don't learn from me. Even though I tell people, see, don't learn from me. But still, people, one or two persons are getting encouraged by you, by your lifestyle, by what you say, by how you carry yourself and all of those. Don't be too serious. I am not a serious person. Don't be too, don't be judgy, don't be all that. Don't become a person you're not because people are watching you, because obviously people are always going to be watching you. Just stay your authentic self. Push your content. Do whatever you want to do. People are always going to talk, regardless of what you do or what you don't do. Yeah, so that's all for me. Bye.